Hello again, everybody, and welcome to another edition of Browns Latest. I am Dave Grendzynski, and this is Meltdown Monday because, we melt down a lot here in Cleveland. After the Browns play on a Sunday, we did get a victory Monday last week, but those are few and far between when Kevin Stefanski is your head coach. Thank you to everyone who has liked our previous episodes. Thanks you to everybody who has subscribed to the channel. We're almost to 10,000. When we get to 10,000 subscribers, we will change the fit for one day. Everybody loves the Orange Quarter Zip, but when we cross the subscriber threshold, I always change it up. I change the fit for just one day, and we are almost there. Hopefully, by the end of this week, we will change the fit for 10,000 subscribers. Thank you to everybody who's also become a member of the Browns Latest Dog Pound, and those of you who get your comments in the viewer comment section, which will be a big part of this little thing we like to call a show. Now, on this little thing we like to call a show today, as I mentioned, it is a Meltdown Monday, because that's what we do on Mondays. As long as Kevin Stefanski is in charge of this team and in charge of this offense, it will be a Meltdown Monday almost every single Monday during the NFL season. Also, Dillon Gabriel, already our illustrious head coach has said he's staying with Dillon Gabriel at the quarterback spot, which is, to me, a travesty. But there are some other changes that should be made. It's time to make some trades as well. Not just change some things up on the team, but make some trades as well. And I'll tell you what, you're going to be surprised by the first name I bring up. It's the first person I think we should send out the door and do it ASAP. And then down in the viewer comments, you ever heard that song, 50 Ways to Leave Your Lover? Well, we have 50 reasons to fire Stefanski. That's the song we're writing today, down in the viewer comments. But as I mentioned, it's just another Meltdown Monday. If you guys know that song, I'm pretty sure it was the Bengals. Manic Monday? This is Meltdown Monday. Maybe I could have the Bengals make a new song and call it Meltdown Monday just for us, for Browns fans. I have to talk to him. Call the lead singer of the Bengals. If the lead singer of the Bengals is watching, hit me up. Because we need a song. We need a Meltdown Monday song for our show. Because it's just insane. And then last night, when you're looking at things and reading through things, and it's like, it's not even just people here in Cleveland. It's Browns fans around the country. It is people nationally. RG3 says the only way Shadur's going to play is if Stefanski gets fired. Like, everybody sees this complete and utter mess that is happening right now. Everybody knew that last week the Browns lucked into that win. The defense balled out, and you were playing against a broken team. But their coach got them rallied the troops and took them on the road to a tough place to play in the Dome. Yeah, Atlanta was missing their quarterback. But here's the thing. Everybody's clowning us, including Patriots head coach Mike Vrabel. Did you see this? What Vrabel said after the game? So remember, we got the ball, and we went down the field. Gabriel was 4 for 4, 45 yards to a touchdown to Fannin. We had a couple things going on. Judkins and Sampson are on the field at the same time. We're running these nifty little motions and things and this and that. But then that all went away because Kevin was spent after that. That first series took a lot out of him. So he had to take the rest of the game off. And we went back to this. But listen to what Mike Vrabel said. He goes, well, they hadn't turned it over. And then when their gimmick plays ran out, I thought we played pretty good defense. Gimmick plays. Yeah. I mean, that literally, and he's right. And it was that scripted first set of plays that we ran. And then that was it. There was no imagination after that. Kevin needs a week to draw up 4 imaginative plays. And then after that, he's done. We're going to have to start having a month between games in order for Kevin to draw up some new plays. This is just pathetic. And then the quarterback situation, which Everybody has seen it since the day we drafted him. Like everybody has known this guy is never ever going to be great backup. He'll be a fine backup. And that's it. But when you're throwing passes from the back of the end zone to ghosts, I know Halloween is coming up, but you can't throw to a ghost. If you see a ghost on the field, you can't throw to him. That was Sam Darnold like. He was seeing ghosts, and he threw to a ghost on the 7-yard line and got us a safety. But take a look at this. Take a look at some of these comments on Twitter. I mean, people are just ripping this up, calling him, he's going to be nothing more than an accountant in a couple years. Now, I'm not going to go that far because, I've been telling you since day one, Colt McCoy, left-handed Colt McCoy. And Colt McCoy had a nice long career as a backup. And that's what Gabriel will have. But nobody wants Dillon Gabriel to be our starting quarterback. Even people are saying, like everybody knows this guy might not even be third string on some teams. But we're starting him. He was handpicked by our offensive guru. That's why we call it Meltdown Monday. Because you start talking about this team and you just have a meltdown. Because none of it makes sense. Absolutely none of it makes sense. Including the fact that we're not changing quarterbacks according to our illustrious head coach. He wants to stay with Dillon Gabriel because he handpicked him. Teacher's pet. Other changes, though, that should be like if I'm the owner, how is he not walking in there today and going, "You are not calling these plays anymore, man. You got it. If you want to keep your pet at the quarterback, we got to see if somebody can call better plays." Because when we pick up a first down and we're in New England's territory, it's 1st and 10 and around the New England 40, and then we start running gadget plays the rest of the series. How much sense does that make, Kev? What do you think? Maybe, I don't know, run the ball? Maybe not run some gadget plays? Like that's what Vrabel's talking about. If it wasn't a gadget play, it just doesn't work because this offense was developed in like 1973 or something. I don't know. At this point, why do we even employ wide receivers? We could save the team some money and just not have wide receivers on the field because all we do is throw to the tight ends and the running backs. But that is a massive change that has to happen. We need to see Dylan Sampson on the field, although Judkins hurt his shoulder, although he's got a couple weeks to recover. I thought finally, okay, here we go. That first series, we got Judkins and Sampson on the field together. Let's go. We can mix things up. We can throw to them. Nope. Lasted 1 or 2 plays. Sampson disappears. Like nothing there. All this talk about the tight ends, this, that. We see Boomer out of the gate. First fade and 2 catches. Blah, 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 blah. Disappears after that. Just nothing. Because here's the thing. Like you could sit there and say, "Oh, we don't have receivers." But if you're the head coach, if you're the coach of the offense, if you're the manager of the offense, you need to look around and figure out ways to move the ball. We don't. And we talked about it last week. Yes, we won that game, but we barely broke 100 yards on the worst rushing defense in the league last week. And we take away what the defense did, and essentially we scored 10 points, and that was it. This might be the worst offense in the history of NFL football. It's the way we're going. It's the path we're on. And it's not even just about the points anymore. And so there goes our streak of breaking 20. You can't break 20 points ever, but it's just the way it looks. It's the play calling. It's the everything. He is so far in over his head. It's not even funny. And then guys who leave this system go somewhere else and ball out. See Joe Flacco. It wasn't his fault the defense can't hold a lead. Flacco built them a lead. Flacco hung, 38 points on them? The Jets? What else do you want Flacco to do? I mean, that is just making him look ridiculous. Flacco is making Stefanski look ridiculous. He's even running around. Like, he looks like he got faster since he went to Cincinnati. Is the air thinner in Cincinnati than it is in Cleveland? But he is making Stefanski look like a fool because he didn't know how to use him. I know they got Higgins and Chase, but geez, come on, man. Flacco looked like we're dropping him back. Like I kept saying, week after week, you can't drop him back 10 yards in there. You play action and drop back. And like we don't have an offensive line to do that. And Flacco doesn't have the ability to escape that. You got to set your people up to win, man. And he tells you, hey, we got to get better. We got to get better. We got to look at it every freaking week. It's the same crap. Got to get rid of Stefanski. Got to get it. We need a new play caller. The owner has to step in and do something. We got to get rid of the special teams coach. We've got to change some things up. We got to get Sampson more involved. It's all the same stuff we've been talking about. But the other thing we got to do now is we got to start trading people. And the first person to trade is Myles Garrett. Trade him now. Because here's why. He is never going to have a better game than what he did against New England yesterday. 5 sacks in one game. Broke his own record of 4.5 sacks in one game. Why would you keep him? He got you 5 sacks in one game, and you still lost with this offense. So trade him now and get max value for him. Get what you can for him now, coming off this game. 2 weeks to your next game. Myles Garrett should be gone by the end of today, no later than tomorrow morning. Find a team that's knocking on the door. Maybe New England. New England probably want him, right? Just sack their guy 5 times. Find a team that is knocking on the door of the playoffs or definitely heading to the playoffs and get what you can for them. Even if you get number ones in 27 and 28, give me a number 1 in 27. We can use it on Jeremiah Smith. The time is now to trade Myles Garrett. He must go. And it's not Myles. It's not Myles' fault. Now, Myles had his chance to go. Should have gone. I said back then we should have sent him away when he's crying and moaning and wanted out of here, but he took a bag. He got paid. He stayed because he got paid. So he signed up for this. No need for him to be slamming his helmet and all this other stuff. You almost got me to swear, Myles. I'm not going to do it, though. It's ridiculous. So now, and it's not about giving him what he wants. It's about getting what we need. And we, might as well try and get a first or a second. Maybe a couple of seconds. Something. But you can't go out there and say, we want 5 first-round picks for it. No. Be realistic. Because that's what the Browns did in the offseason. Which, at the time, I don't technically blame them. But it's the time for Myles Garrett to go is now. Max value. His value will never be any higher than coming off that game yesterday. So ship him out. Get some picks because you know what? It's not going to change the wins and the losses. It's not. You're not going to win more games if you keep Myles Garrett, and yesterday proved it. 5 sacks in one game, and you still lost, and you lost by a ton. It's not like it was close. You got mutilated. So there's no point in keeping Myles Garrett. Get the best deal you can and ship him out of here. Njoku, too, you don't need him. But we've been talking about that for weeks. Jerome Ford is a waste, but you're not going to get anything for him. And if any of these old linemen want to go somewhere and provide depth or something, go ahead and do that. But we don't have – the problem with trying to trade a lineman is we don't have any linemen to back them up already. So it's like you trade – we'll be going out there with just 4 linemen because we're like, look around like, we don't have any other linemen left. Well, Jerome Ford will be playing guard. Because we don't know how to prepare, set up a team correctly. That's the knock on Barry. I know everybody's like, Everybody's trying to pull back on Barry a little bit. But Barry, to me, the problem with Barry is the big picture over the last, since he's been here. This roster is a disaster. When you keep watching all these other teams just fly by it. Look at New England. New England in the last 2 years, they were a pile of dog doo. And look at them now. They got a coach. They got a guy that was in our building. Again, all we do is get guys ready to go off somewhere else. Nick Saban, Bill Belichick, Vrabel, like you name it. Shanahan, all those guys. They were all in our building. We let them all walk. And then we pass on all these quarterbacks. But there's no point. Like Drake May, under Kevin Stefanski, would be probably worse than Dylan Gabriel at this point. Because Stefanski, he is not fit to be a head coach. He's just not. Or an off. Well, I mean, I don't know. Maybe no. I'm not like this offense is the worst. It is the worst. But trade Myles Garrett. See what you can get for him. I don't want any players. Unless you're gonna get Olave or something like that and a pick. I don't know. But Shuck came in yesterday, and all of a sudden, look, there's Olave. Quarterbacks make the wide receivers better, folks, and that's 100% proof. Olave was doing nothing in that game with Spencer Rattler, and then Shuck came in, and he ended up with 12 targets. The quarterbacks can make the wide receivers better if you have the coach that knows what the heck he's doing. So that's why I say, too, I don't know if the wide receiver bunch, it could be better, but we don't know because we have Stefanski in these play calls. So it is what it is. One thing, we'll trade Myles. I want to trade Myles today. Go. Get him out of here. Let's go. Get Myles out of here. At least then he can go somewhere and play for a playoff team, and we could hopefully get a first round, second round, some other stuff. Bag of balls, some tees, maybe a new sound system for the new stadium. I don't know. But get Myles out of here. See, Myles, I'm trying to save you. You're welcome. Viewer comments. First, we'll start with Dog Pound David. I love the first name. Man, Grizz, I had such high hopes for this game, and Shedeur being on IR was planned, so he couldn't come in and make Dylan look bad. I stand on this. F. Stefanski, he needs fired. Is that what the F stands for? Fired? In this case, we'll say that's what it stands for. But we all know what it stands for. Yeah. I mean, there isn't anybody who's going to say Shedeur was really hurt. They said it surfaced Saturday morning. That's the other thing. I'll just say it. I mean, they're lies. They feel it just, they just lie about everything too. I've never seen a team like this where you're just never honest about anything. Everybody knows you're BSing us, these press conferences and everything. Just like what I told you, as soon as when Gabriel was starting, I could see it a mile away. I knew he was lying. Unbelievable. That's what I mean. The whole thing just adds up to complete embarrassment. Now you understand why we call this Meltdown Monday? This is why. You're watching it unfold right before your eyes. Denise Clark Custom Art. Want to sponsor the show? Call Fan Arch. Denise Clark Custom Art. We can get some custom art going here. We could put it back there with the elf and the sign and the big helmet. All kinds of stuff. The old poster with Frank Minifield on it. Let's go. All right, Denise. Myles is carrying the team. It's an ego issue. Stefanski needs to go. Yes, Myles is carrying the team. Now we need to carry Myles out of here and bring in some draft picks because that's what Barry likes to do. But the value for Myles Garrett will never be higher this season. Trade him right now. Coming off a 5-sack game, you should be able to get something pretty decent for him. Black Dog 5. This offense was stolen from the Army college program from the 80s. I think that offense was even better than this one, Black Dog. So I think Kevin took that offense and made it worse. That's what I think, Black Dog. Eddie Francis. What do we do if they don't give Shedeur this opportunity? He still believes Dylan needs more time. The pass in the end zone, he could not see the field, so we get a safety. SMH, which I have come to understand means shake my head. And I told you, there was a ghost. It's Halloween time, and there was a ghost out there on around the 10-yard line, and Dylan thought it was a wide receiver, and he was open. And so he threw it there. That was bona fide Sam Darnold, I'm seeing ghost level when we saw that. That was crazy, man. Because how do you explain yourself? How do you explain your way out of that one? Strike Zone Fishing. Is that another potential sponsor? Strike Zone Fishing? I just don't understand what is wrong with Kevin. Nobody understands. It's not even like at this point it's Haslam too. Like, how do you just stand there? You're going to stand there and tell me that this guy should be coaching a team in the NFL after losing as many games as he has? Are you kidding me? People have been fired for less. And again, it's not just the wins and losses. It's the whole thing. It's the offense, the handling of the quarterbacks, the draft picks, handpicking Gabriel. It's the whole thing. I mean, it's like top 5 answers on the board. Here's the question. Name a reason an NFL coach would be fired. Ding. Draft an undersized left-handed quarterback in the 3rd round. Boom. Number 3. How about won't play the star rookie that was considered first-round talent and somehow fell to the 5th round. Won't even let him see the field. Ding. Number 1. Oh. How about this? How about he's in charge of the offense, and the offense is the worst offense in the history of football. Ding. Number 2. We've turned it into Family Feud. James Scratchco, 666. We'll just stay with the James Scratchco, although it is Halloween time. Myles balls out. Carson plays his ASS off, and absolutely no offense, but Judkins. And then where the hell is Sampson? SEC Offensive Player of the Year. Why has he been buried under a rock like Shador? James Scratch, you might be the devil, but you are absolutely right. Because I've been saying this pretty much since the first. Well, we saw Sampson against Cincinnati, and he played really well. And then second game, he played again, and he played well again, and then disappeared as soon as Judkins came back. Because that makes complete sense. Again, top 5 answers on the board. We've got 3. You have the SEC Offensive Player of the Year, and you never use them. Ding. Number 4. Only one more to go. We're going to clear the board. At FGIR. This is more password than YouTube handle. At FGIR1963. If the defense doesn't score or give them a short field, we can't score at all. That's essentially it. But the ghost was open. Even our ghosts can't catch the ball. If the ghost would have caught the ball at the 10, might have gone the distance. But, hold on. Top 5 answers on the board. Name something that would get an NFL coach. You have a quarterback that throws passes to ghosts. Ding. Number 5. There we go. We just cleared the board. So, all the reasons Stefanski should be fired right there on Family Feud. Richard Dawson not needed. Steve Harvey neither. Both great hosts of that show. I love the clips of Steve Harvey. I love when the people give the answer and he's just like, come on, man. It's never going to be up there. It's great. I love when that happens. But in this case, we got them all. We nailed it. Kenneth Hogan, please explain to the fans why you won't play Sanders. Explain in detail. Yeah, that's what I asked that question yesterday in the instant reaction after the game. It just it can't be worse. To me, it can only be better when you got a guy who can actually see over the line and can move. Kind of opens up your options a little bit, right? It doesn't make any sense. Mr. Brownie God. I like the name, but I also like what he did. Grandpa Joe got his groove back. Hey, Grandpa Joe did get his groove back, man. It's like is the Fountain of Youth. It's not in Florida. It's in Cincinnati. Everybody been looking for the Fountain of Youth. You stop looking in Florida. It's in Cincinnati, Ohio. Ask Grandpa Joe. Because he got out of Cleveland and shaved like 15 years. Well, he got out from under Stefanski's offensive scheme and shaved 15 years off of his life, or at least it looks that way. All right, we'll end on Graham's 79-14 says Flacco played solidly. Awful defense collapse. I just can't put it on Flacco. Flacco did everything he needed to do. Flacco played solidly. Huntley won for Baltimore. Let's not forget about that. Crazy trifecta wager next week is if Pickett starts for the Raiders. Former Browns QB have recovered from Stefanski's malpractice. And yeah, I mean, that's what this is now. Every quarterback that gets out from under his thumb goes somewhere else and plays better. And I was telling you from the beginning, we were using Flacco incorrectly. You can see it. That's not how you use him. Dropping him back 10 yards. And then we're trying to do the same thing with Gabriel. It starts and ends with him. You got to get rid of him, man. We got to make that change. I almost started singing Man in the Mirror, but I didn't. We already played Family Feud. Gave you Manic Monday off the top. I mean, a lot of music going on in this show today. All right. That's going to do it for today's show. We got bye week, folks. So we'll do a lot of viewer comments here in the bye week. We'll just to keep our finger on the pulse of what Browns fans are thinking. I'm going to do a show with just viewer comments. We'll do a show too with where the topics are based on viewer comments, and I've done a couple of those before. But we'll keep it alive through the bye week, and we will just continue to hope that Kevin Stefanski will be removed from his post at some point, because that has to happen, man. This team is going nowhere, and this defense now is broken. It's done. It is. This defense won't be the same the rest of the year if you don't make some changes. That's it. I mean, you've seen it a million times. So something's got to happen. Something's got to give. Oh, the ball died. The Browns' offense has been dead since Stefanski took it over. So there we go. All right. Remember, it's Meltdown Monday, and then we start to kind of ramp back up on Tuesday. By Wednesday, I'm okay. By the time we get to Wednesday, I'll be better. We'll plan some other we'll do some other things too while we're in the bye week. We'll mix it up. Maybe get some special guests in here or something. I don't know. We'll figure it out. But all right, thanks for watching. Go Browns. We'll see you next time.